Hi, Erik Linask here with TMC. We're here in New York at Cloud Expo East, and I'm talking with Sandra Palumbo. Sandra's with NaviSite. Welcome, Sandra. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So, a lot of conversation about cloud, a lot of talk about how the cloud has been evolving. What are some of the new and exciting things that you're seeing and that what your customers are asking you for?
Sure. We're having some great conversations around all different aspects of cloud, basically the whole as a service model and concept. So with NaviSite, in addition to your traditional infrastructure as a service capabilities, which we've built on the NaviCloud platform and have had for several years now, we've expanded into that portfolio to include a variety of different storage as a service solutions. We offer a desktop as a service solution as well to get into the virtual desktop infrastructure space, doing a lot with backup, disaster recovery, security services as well as more of the traditional managed hosting and managed applications where we see a lot of customers looking for that mix, kind of still doing some traditional hosting stuff with their applications and servers and capabilities, as well as moving into the cloud, looking to bring different applications into the cloud or leverage the cloud for very specific use cases. That's definitely what we're seeing with our desktop as a service specifically, where that's been a big popular topic for people today.
Well, certainly I'm seeing an increased amount of interest in the media around desktop as a service or virtual desktops. How much adoption are you seeing at NaviSite? What are the reasons customers are coming to you for it?
Yeah, that's a great question. We launched our desktop as a service offering. It's called NaviCloud One last summer, and within a couple of months of launching it, we had customers already signing on. There's a variety of different really interesting use cases. Some of our early adopters were using it specifically for contract workers, offshore workers, temporary employees, seasonal workers, so they didn't have to give them actual physical laptops and computers. They could really limit the functionality. Could they print? Could they store files to a local hard drive or things like that? All of those things can be managed, and when that term of that contract expired, they could just wipe the desktop, and they didn't have to worry about getting intellectual property back from a contract worker. What we're seeing also more now, though, are some specific use cases. It's been very popular with healthcare companies in the healthcare vertical as well as the education space, as it does meet a lot of different needs. The whole BYOD movement it addresses, security and compliance requirements it addresses, since nothing is ever physically living on an employee's device. It all resides in a NaviSite data center.
Well, it's interesting. A lot of the conversation I've heard around desktop as a service really focuses on mobility, but the whole security, privacy question is a very clear second almost need for it.
Yeah, definitely, and that's really been a big driver for a lot of our DaaS customers, has been the security and compliance focus. It's something that is an easy way for them to manage the constant movement of data and information between different devices. Even if they don't have a BYOD policy, they know their employees are using personal devices, whether it be tablets or their mobile phones and smartphones, and this really allows them to manage that without having to get into the business of managing all of this whole spectrum of devices that are out there.
Does it mean that we've gone beyond a time when cloud is so almost distrusted and really the security and trust element is no longer much of an issue?
I think it depends on the vertical and the type of company that you're looking at. We're definitely seeing more and more companies open to it. Certainly something that they like about the way we've approached it is, we've built our platform to be truly enterprise class. Security, compliance, redundancy, reliability are huge components for us and how we've architected and how we work with our customers. So it's not your traditional, pure public cloud in that sense. Well, it is a public cloud offering. It is something that we take very seriously, and so that does appeal to customers. But with that said, there's certainly still some that are a little hesitant to move anything production into the cloud, but we do see that people coming around to it. And once they get something out there, even if it's in a test dev environment or starting with a desktop or something like that, the growth in their own use of the cloud is huge once they actually dip that toe in the water.
Should businesses be concerned about whether government entities may have access to their data in the cloud?
That's a great question, and certainly is a hot topic. I would say, I think that it is important to know what is beneath the covers of the cloud that your data and systems and applications is residing in. That's something we try to be very transparent with our customers to give them that comfort, knowing, what the underlying infrastructure is, exactly where their data is residing, which data center of ours it's in, if they want it in multiple, do they want it to be able to leave the country or not leave the country. We try to be as transparent as possible, and I think that's something that we'll see more and more other companies in the market doing to give people that comfort level.
So are you suggesting that cloud providers who have been asked by government entities for access should let their customers know?
I think that it's something that people need to be aware of. I don't think it's something that can be hidden and kept secret. At least in my opinion, it needs to be something that that customers are aware if someone is gaining access to their data and information, and I should have the right to say no to it, if possible. Obviously, there's broader legal ramifications from that, but at least that's my opinion on it.
Aside from the desktop as a service product, what else is hot? What else are your customers looking for?
We're still a lot with the general traditional infrastructures as a service. Storage and backup definitely is another big topic for us, given the ever expanding amount of data that businesses are producing and therefore having to store, backup, retain, replicate, all of that stuff. So certainly another really important topic, just how to manage it and manage it with a solution that's going to grow as their needs grow, because everybody knows that no one ever seems to be reducing the amount of storage they need. It's just increasing the amount of storage they need, and so are looking for solutions that are flexible and scalable and able to accommodate the future growth of storage beyond just where a business is today or even in the next 6 months.
And what can we look forward to in the coming months and years from NaviSite?
Definitely coming months, definitely a lot more around cloud and as a service. We'll be continuing to add capabilities to our desktop as a service and our infrastructure as a service platforms. They've been, like I said, they've been things that have been getting a lot of interest and attention from our clients, and we're continuing to add some features and functionality to those throughout the year. So we'll have some more announcements coming out in the future on that, and more on the backup and disaster recovery side as well.
Excellent. Sandra, thanks for joining me. I'm Erik Linask with TMC. Be sure to check out all of our Cloud Expo coverage in the TMC Video Newsroom.